So, Julius Malema has recently revealed that his party, the EFF, is willing to work with former South African President Jacob Zuma's newly formed party, Umkhonto we Sizwe, and other like-minded parties at the moment after the 2024 elections. I definitely think that this was incited by the revelation that Rise Mzansi is funded by the multi-billionaire family, the Oppenheimers. Long story short is that the DA, Action SA, and Rise Mzansi are all funded by the Oppenheimer family. And by getting these political parties that they are funding together to form a coalition, this guarantees the Oppenheimers and this coalition a lot of seats in parliament. And they could possibly end up with the majority seats, which would allow them to take over from the ANC and run the country as a coalition government. So basically, the Oppenheimers have realized the DA on its own will never win enough votes to run the country. So now they're putting black faces at the forefront of these new parties to win black votes so that they could use them to take over the state. Another thing that may have caused this coalition is the fact that when the MK party was announced, a lot of opposition parties were championing the fact that Umkhonto we Sizwe would take some black votes from the EFF, which would cause further divide of the black vote and would allow for the Oppenheimers coalition's plans to gain strength and weakens both the EFF and Umkhonto we Sizwe. Back to Malema and Zuma. Jacob Zuma has recently wished Julius Malema a happy birthday in a video message and basically tells Malema that their parties together could do great things, and that he wants himself and Malema to secure a majority vote in the upcoming elections. A day or two after, Malema then says that he's willing to work with Zuma's Umkhonto we Sizwe and other like-minded parties, which all points to them considering or maybe even having already agreed upon a coalition between their two parties. I think that this all is happening because, as I said above, they've become aware of the Oppenheimers coalition plans, and they have now also realized that maybe a coalition is the best way to move forward if they want to break the stronghold that the ANC has on majority voters. This seems like the only way either party can win over the ANC. The EFF and Umkhonto we Sizwe manifestos and values also align in a lot of ways, with things like land reform, black economic empowerment, job creation and service delivery, and them prioritizing these things that matter to black voters could potentially win them the black majority vote that they are hoping for. So basically, the EFF and MK coalition would allow them a lot of seats in parliament, and if they get majority seats, they can take over from the ANC and run the country as a coalition government. Apparently, EFF and MK leaders are meeting in secret to discuss matters of their would-be coalition. We'll all have to see how this all unfolds.